Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. Such as it is, we're closed for business. It's just me and Cass. We're a good distance apart right now. We're the last ones hanging around in here, and we do have some new vinyl to tell you about. You can't come in and buy it right now, but we just thought we'd still let you know what came in. And as always, we do have picks of the week. Cass here starts us off. What did you find?
Okay, unfortunately, we didn't quite get it in yet, but my pick is this new Moaning record, Uneasy Laughter. Moaning is a trio from LA. Their debut came out on Sub Pop a couple years ago. I really liked it. I saw them open up for Preoccupations and really thought they were quite good. And I checked out the debut record. It's great. This one's really good as well. Just very solid sort of mix of post-punk, like 80s synth pop stuff, and a bit of shoegaze tinged here and there, which I always love. So pretty great. Kind of not too different from the debut, but another solid record from them. I'm really digging it. This one's $19.95 on black vinyl. We're getting that Monday, and we're getting the loser edition colored vinyl from them probably Tuesday, I think. So.
Okay. Did you say how much?
Oh, 20 for the black vinyl. I'm not sure how much a loser edition is.
Okay, probably a couple bucks more. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, so for my pick this week, I surprised myself. Cass turned me on to this. It's Merker Folksang, and it's on the Relapse label. Now, at first blush, I don't think it wouldn't seem there's like no connection between death metal and folk music, but they've kind of bridged the gap on this record. This front woman, Amelie Brunn, has like the most beautiful voice that I didn't know, and so I guess following the birth of her child, she herself sort of was drawn into the Scandinavian music of her own Danish culture, which she draws a lot from on this record. So she is digging deep. She plays every instrument on the album and sings every vocal line, and it really creates something that amazes you like at every turn. It's really great. Across the 12 tracks on this record, it does get a little samey, but again, individual songs aren't the point here. It's like a total atmosphere that she's creating, and it's a world of its own, which she really does accomplish that here. And for most musicians, the transformation from death metal to acoustic folk is a swing almost nobody would take that on, but she really does, and I think you really owe it to yourself to listen to this. I'm not a fan of the same stuff as Cass in the way of black metal or death metal, but when he put this on, I was just like, well, who is this? It completely shocked me how much.
I was shocked too.
And I'm also not a fan of like real folky fiddle-dee-dee music either, but this is like something completely different. I love this record. Anyway, this is the indie exclusive. It's on Smoke Vinyl. It's $25.95, but we also have the black vinyl for $21.95, okay? So, beautiful record.
Yeah, it is really
good. Man. So you know much more about them in their death metal kind of...
Yeah, well, she's been making music for about 6-7 years now. When she came out, it was like a purely like sort of folky, black metal, almost shoegazy sound, very black metal influenced. And in her second record, she even had the guy from Ulver, which is a huge name in the black metal community, working on the record with her. And that second record was great. Some great fusions of black metal and folk. But yeah, this one, all the metal influence is totally gone. It's like a full dark folk record.
They're also using like very olden time folky traditional like lyre, and something else I can't remember. But
it's beautiful though.
Yeah, and it's just if you're not usually used to hearing that kind of instrumentation, it's pretty pleasant, And I guess I should mention this is their third record.
It's quite impressive that she plays it all. I did not know she played all the instruments.
Yeah, isn't that really cool too? Yeah, okay. So did you have something else you maybe want to showcase?
Yeah, these is kind of random, I guess, but a couple things I've been waiting on for forever from one of our labels, Plastic Head, to get. The first, this is Flying Saucer Attack, self-titled debut record. Flying Saucer Attack is a one-man, and I think he has someone else kind of do like drums here and there, but mostly his project. Sort of a combination of psych rock, shoegaze, a little noise rock influence too. He's a huge influence on my music, particularly because he would always record everything straight to tape, kind of just like with an 8-track. So it's very lo-fi stuff on here, but it's very noisy and almost like a wall of sound. And the sounds he achieves with such a lo-fi recording technique is pretty incredible, and obviously big inspiration. I really dig this record. I think it's definitely more leaning on the kind of psychedelic than shoegaze, but if you like that kind of stuff at all, just like walls of guitars, very trippy, very spacey too by the cover. If you like that stuff, you'll definitely dig this. I'm a huge fan, obviously.
Great.
Don't know the price on that, but I guess no one can buy things right now anyway, so. But if you're interested, just let us know. They'll be here, so.
Yeah.
And these are a couple albums from this band called Obliteration that I'm a huge fan of. There's kind of a death metal band. I think they're Swedish, maybe. They're not American, but this is their 2013 record. It came out on Record Store Day on colored vinyl, and it took forever for them to send it to us for some reason. Every time they just missed it in each shipment. Finally came in, so I'm pretty excited. It's called Black Death Horizon, I think. Yeah. So great death metal, kind of in the vein of Autopsy, kind of that slower sort of doom death style. Great soloing, very incredible drumming on here as well. This is their last record, came out a couple years ago. Just figured I'd show that too. Cenotaph Obscure. So Obliteration, if you're looking for some nice death metal in your quarantine days,
Right.
check them out. They're one of the best.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Cass for my album that I wanted to showcase for you. It's not here yet from our supplier, but I just wanted to let you know it is out today if you can stream it or something like that, or find a service. It's the Rustin Man, and it's called Clock Dust. It's on Domino, and Rustin Man is Paul Webb, who was the bass player for the 80s band Talk Talk. And this new album, it's his second in 2 years, and it's pretty quick on the heels of his last one, Drift Code, which we had to wait like 17 years for, right? Which is kind of bizarre. But anyway, so some people might be surprised at the swift arrival of this. It's called Clock Dust. And I guess the album's roots can be found on the same extended sessions of Drift Code. So here's his direct quote, just if it helps you kind of, get a line on it. He says, "Early on, I realized I had 2 albums worth of material. The first tunes I wrote were electric guitar based with long arrangements that built up in layers to something sonically quite dense. These became the bulk of Drift Code. As a reaction, I wrote a batch of songs that were tighter in their structure but had more feeling of space. These built up the bulk of Clock Dust, idiosyncratic and quality haunting." Okay, so anyway, this is like kind of nostalgia tinge stuff. I thought, listening to this, I know this will be an obscure reference, but his vocal really reminds me of Richard Butler from the Psychedelic Furs. It's got that same kind of intonation, not exactly like
He has a
Richard.
very distinct voice.
He does, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And even again, this is a weird reference, but even like Bowie in his storytelling kind of cracked actor period. This guy, that's kind of what his vocal was sort of reminding me of. Those kind of 2 things came to my mind. Anyway, I realize those are obscure references, but I like Rustin Man. I think he's great. I really enjoyed this record. It was, it's really kind of mesmerizing in a way if you just kind of have it on. And, music for him, for his audience, he's making music for probably, people that knew them from the 80s and just, I don't know, I think that he's got a select group that he's aiming for. And if you liked Talk Talk, it's not going to be that 80s kind of pop music like that, even though I made the Richard Butler reference, who was also kind of a pop singer in the 80s. You have to just get into it. You'll understand if you like this stuff, you'll get it. But anyway, I realize that I'm going way off the tracks there with that. Anyway, it's 1995. It's hard for us to keep our head together because we're a little distressed right now, I have to say.
Distracted.
We are a little distracted.
Check that out though. I mean, I'm a huge Talk Talk fan, so.
Yeah, no, I think you would enjoy it. Well, like I said, the guy's vocal is so distinct, and he's got some good stuff going on there. All right, so now let's go through the list and just see what we have. If you want, you can move the camera in closer, because you don't need to have me on camera. You can just like focus on come on around, and you can just like focus real directly on the covers so that they can see that in a little more detail. You can still hear me, so There you go. First up, we have Black Puma's self-titled picture disc. This is $22.95, and you know, of course, that is just some real soulful grooves right there. And 1 minute it sounds like Al Green, and the next minute it goes like deeper in. So this is kind of maybe their ticket to the big time. Okay?
It seems like we're selling this album like crazy.
Yeah.
So they're doing something right.
Okay, here we go. Circles Around the Sun. This is the self-titled. I think this was post. Didn't their singer pass away or something like that? So.
Yeah, aren't they the Grateful Dead?
Well, see, I think what it was when the Dead played like their 50th anniversary. I think they had this music playing. It sort of is something that people got onto at that point. But I think somebody in this little outfit here passed away. I think this is their third album, and you know. This is $23.95. I think that there are some like 4 new songs on it, and 2 that are, you know, maybe still include that guy. Just $23.95. Okay. Now we have my favorite Cocteau Twins record called Garlands. This is 1995, and that
one?
Absolute gem, absolute
It's a debut,
gem.
right?
Beautiful, yes. So great. And we also have Victoria Land from the Cocteau Twins reissued at 1995.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a beautiful record too. Yeah, I mean, you know, they can kind of do no wrong,
I know,
really,
they
right?
have, like, so many great records.
Gosh. All right, now we have Def Leppard, High and Dry, 1795. I think that was kind of a big record for them. Can you tell, is there any like big hits jumping out at you there? I think.
Not besides High and Dry.
Well, okay.
This is one of their bigger records. Not as big as.
Pass it over to me. There. Use some hand sanitizer. Yeah. Man, I don't know.
They're big in Hysteria. That's their big.
Yeah, but I
big
thought this
album.
did real well for them too. Anyway, okay, I don't really see any big hits on there, but I could swear there probably is. Not really up on my Def Leppard, I'm sorry to say. Okay, that's $17.95 though if you guys want to, you know, get your rock on. Okay, here's also On Through the Night. Is that anything on there, any kind of information about what that's about?
No, it's just another record.
Just
I don't
another
recognize
record?
any of the songs,
Oh.
so probably deep cut.
Okay, $17.95 for that one too. And now we got a whole slew of Dio reissues, but
One
I
of
think
them-
they bumped up the covers to be lenticular, which you
Yeah.
might want to get a look at here.
One of them's not on there. I think the Magical.
Oh, okay,
something.
Magica. Okay.
That one's there. The one after that is
Oh,
not there.
Master of the Minute. Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, let's get to it. This is Angry Machines, lenticular cover, $27.95. See if you can like move it back and forth within. I don't know if that's
I
going
don't
to pick
think
up
it
on
has-
camera.
Oh, it's pretty cool actually. But
It might or might not pick up on camera. Okay, next up we got Killing the Dragon, also lenticular cover. This one is $27.95. Is that working? Okay.
probably not.
And now you say you do have Magica?
Yes.
Okay, now that one is 2 LPs, and that one is big bucks. It's $37.95.
Oh my.
Okay. So then there's also one, Master of the Moon, that Cass does not have his hands on, which is also single lenticular cover, $27.95. Okay. Now we have Embrace, Dawn from Memory. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet today, and I really would like to. I like Embrace, $22.95 for that one.
Well,
Okay, and then we have Incubus,
yes.
Science 180 gram, gatefold, blue vinyl, 2 LPs, $39.95.
It's pretty hefty price, but definitely worth it. I mean,
looks
double
like-
for color.
And
It's
well,
not
it
too
looks
bad.
like very nice packaging there too.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite Incubus record.
Is that
I was-
music
I
on
was
vinyl?
waiting for this. It's oh, it is. Yeah.
Wow.
No wonder.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's actually why
great
it's
record.
expensive. Music on vinyl is always expensive, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that explains it.
Okay. Now we have Lapsley, Through the Water. This is the LP plus 7-inch, $20.95. You know anything about Lapsley?
No, well, she's just kind of indie pop singer.
Oh, okay, because I
Don't know her
didn't
too
have a
well.
chance to hear that today either. Okay, now not in our hot little hands yet, but there also is out today. Got to talk about it. The Les Claypool Frog Brigade Live Frogs sets 1 and 2, colored vinyl, 3 LPs, $43.95. That's the one that was from Black Friday. You remember, where they actually do an entire
Oh,
set
yeah.
of Pink Floyd Animals. So I don't know. I mean, you know, I just feel like now anybody can get it. All right, so Now we got Cass, you know, he showed you Moaning for 1995. Okay, pop group, Alien Blood, 23.95. Okay. And then pop group Y, Live, 23.95. All right.
Yes.
We have the soundtrack to Disney's The Little Mermaid. It says it's limited, so why is it limited? 30th anniversary?
It doesn't really say. I feel like this has come out before.
Well, it's the
but
30th anniversary, so they gotta.
Yeah.
But there must be, maybe there's something special about it. It does say it's limited, or maybe they only pressed like a certain number of them. I don't know. But it is the anniversary, $17.95 for that one. Okay, and finally we're going to wind it up with Typo Negative, World
Yes.
Coming Down, 2 LPs,
Great.
$31.95. What, this is like considered like their darkest stuff ever, right?
Yeah,
Of
this
all-
is definitely my favorite record from
Is
theirs.
this like their 5th, I want to say, or something?
Something like that. They have like the trio, where it's this one, Bloody Kisses,
Mhm.
and I think October Rust. Those are like their 3 magnum.
For some
opuses.
reason, I'm thinking that was like their 5th album, and it's on Run Out Groove. So, what is the? It usually says on the sticker there how many they actually made.
Oh no, this is. I don't think this isn't a limited run. I think
Okay.
these are going to be widely pressed.
They are
so,
okay. All right then.
Great record.
So yeah, it's
Fan
a
of the
double, like I
Boys.
said, $31.95, which isn't too bad for a double.
Yeah, it's not bad. at
Not
all.
terrible, no. Okay. So anyway, guys, until further notice, you know, the state of California is on lockdown, and well, what are we gonna do with ourselves? We don't know. Cass,
Yeah.
we're just here by ourselves today, just so
know.
we can do this little roundup. But yeah, we'll open the store again when we can. You know, they're kind of loosely telling us we can go back outside when it's like April 8th or something like that. So
Yeah.
everybody buckle up. It's going to be fine. You know what? Try to keep your expectations high and bright, because it doesn't do anybody any good to wallow right now. So, you know what? Take your time at home. Do some online classes. You know, make some stuff. Be creative. Play music. Do all the things
Play
that,
music.
you know, when we're at work and we're like, man, I wish I could be home watching movies right now. Well, now you can.
Now you can.
And I know it's really hard to be at home when somebody tells you you have to be. But just like I say, take this time. Don't just like, you know, sleep all day or, you know, ride the bummer. Kind of take this time to better yourself and do things. And I think that's like the best thing you can do. Keep your mind active and on something else other than dwelling on the problems at hand. We're all going to be okay. We're going to get through this. It's like just buckle up for a little while, and Cass and I will get back as soon as we can,
Yes.
and be giving you more new vinyl, and everything will take an upswing at that point. Okay, so until then, just take care of yourselves and keep it together, and we will see you when we see you. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep doing the videos. Not really sure how consistent we're going to be able to bring you guys new releases, but
Just like you, we're going to be doing our
see what
best.
we can do.
Okay. See you next time.
Thank you.